Hi everyone, and welcome to our week 4 of summer reading craft along. Today we're going to be making a bead fish. And your bead fish is one of lots of different kinds of animals you can make out of these beads. And I'm going to put some extra links in the video description. We'll teach you how to make the fish today, and once you know how to make the fish, you can follow the instructions to make almost any kind of animal. These are really fun. So if you got your kit from the library, go grab it. And I'm going to go over what you'll need if you didn't get a kit. So you'll need beads. We're using this kind of bead. You can see those are usually called pony beads, and you can get them just about any craft store in big bags. And I also have some string. This is hemp string that you can use to make jewelry or for crafting. I like this because it's a little bit stiff and it's easy to get the beads onto, but any string you have will work just fine. And the last thing you'll need, or maybe want, is a googly eye. And these googly eyes we gave out are stickers. So these are nice and easy to use, and they stick really nicely to the beads, unlike the monkey head from last week. All right, the only extra thing you might want is a pair of scissors to clip the end of your string if you have extra at the end. They're not totally necessary, which is why the card on your kit says you don't need anything extra this week. All right, let's get started. The first thing we want to do is find the middle of our string. So we're going to match up the ends and find the middle right here. And you can put a little fold in the middle. That will help you find it again. Or you can just hold the ends together and find the middle every time you need to. It's up to you. I'm going to put that googly eye off to the side because we won't need it till the end. Now, the way you make these animals, I'm going to show you with just the string without the beads at first, is you put your beads on the string and then you cross the other string and put it through the beads, and you can see you're sort of starting to tie knots with the beads. And that is how this all holds together. Let me show you. So for the very first part of our fish, we're going to take 2 beads and put them on, slide them up to the middle, and those are the very front of our fish's face. For the next part, we're going to want 3 beads. So I will slide those 3 beads on. 1, 2, oops, sometimes you drop them and that's okay. 1, yeah, I can't catch the beads. 2, 3, and then instead of sliding these up to meet the other 2, I'm going to take the other end of my string and put them through the beads going in the other direction. See how that ends up? So you've got 3 beads and you slide those up. There you go. And now you can see those beads all hold together. We've got the very front of our fish's head. For our next row, we're going to do, I bet you can guess, we're going to do 4 beads. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4. Take the other end of our string and go in the opposite direction. Pull it tight. And at the beginning, it may flop around a little bit. That will happen less as we get further into our fish. There we go. So there's the very front. Now we need 6 beads. We're gonna skip 5 and go straight to 6. So for 6 beads, I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I think a yellow one, 6. We've got 6 beads. This is the longest row we're going to make. Stick your other string the other direction. And pull tight. And those 6 beads, this is our fish's face, and these are the first part of his body. And we want his body to be a little bit long, so we're gonna make another row of 6. Now, you might see me being a little bit picky about my colors. That's because I like to mix them up and use all kinds of different colors. You can use whatever colors you want for the fish. That's part of the reason we chose this one for our craft kit. If you're making other kinds of animals, you can make them all one color. You can use 1 or 2 colors so that you can say have a lizard with a green outline and a yellow belly, and that is always an option. But for today, we've got to use the beads we have, so we're making a multicolored rainbow fish. There are our next set of 6, so we've done 2 rows of 6. Slide your string in going the other direction. Tighten it up. And there we go. You can start to see the front of the fish's nose, and then this is his belly. All right, now that we've done 2 rows of 6, we're going to do a row of 5. So 1, 2, 3, I think a pink one next. Ooh, or purple. 4 and 5. And I take my string, go the other direction through the beads. And if your string starts to fray, like mine is starting to get a little frayed at the end and it's making it hard to push through the beads, you can snip it, and that will make it nice and easy again. You just don't want to cut too much off because you want to have enough string to finish your fish. The other thing you can do is find a big sewing needle if you have one of those, or you can put some Scotch tape on the end to hold this all together. And you use the Scotch tape as sort of a needle. Sometimes you can see I'm going back through, you have to go back and tighten up the loops from the row before so that they sit nice and flat. All right, we've done a row of 5. Now we're gonna go down 1, so we're gonna do a row of 4. 1, 2, 3, and there's the pink one from last time that I couldn't catch. 4. String your other end back the opposite direction and pull it tight. I'm gonna tighten up that loop there. There we go. And you can see what happens if I try to pull it too tight. The fish starts to crunch up, and you don't want that. So you pull it tight and then you make sure that it lays flat. All right, We're getting there. We are almost to the tail. Let's do a row of 3 now. 1, 2, and I think a blue one will be number 3. Put our other string, end of the string back through, and tighten it up. You've got 3. Now we're gonna do one little bitty row of 2. Do you like that? That was my super secret, how to get 2 beads on the string at one time. If you're feeling fancy, you can try to do it that way too. So you've got 2 beads. Send our string back the other way and pull it tight. All right, we finished the fish's body, and now we're gonna go on and make his tail. So it's going to get bigger again. So our next row, I bet you can guess, we'll have 3 beads. 1, 2, and 3. Go. Now everybody at home, guess, if I want to make the next row a little bit bigger, how many beads am I going to put on? Let me hear it. Yep, 4. You got it. Even if you didn't tell me out loud, I bet you knew somewhere deep in your brain, because I can tell you're very smart. So we've got a row of 4. Oh, we're getting to the very end of the string. We should have exactly enough to finish our fish. There's 4. And then our last row. And this is going to be a little bit different. We're going to put 5 beads onto one side of our string. 3, 4, and 5. If you have a few extra beads, that's okay. If you have fewer beads than you were expecting, you can make your fish's tail a little bit smaller, and that's okay too. And instead of putting this string back through, we're going to take them and we're going to tie a knot right here, and I would make it a double knot. There you go. And then I'm gonna clip these ends right here. And there we have our fish shape, but he doesn't have a lot of personality yet. And I think things always have more personality when they have eyes. So we're going to take our googly eye, and like I said before, it's a sticker, so we'll peel this back bit off. This is not easy, so you might have to have a grown-up help you. Or if you and your grown-up both try and it's too hard, you can always glue the eye on. That is also just fine. And I'm gonna stick the eye of my fish right there. You can choose where you think your eye looks good. And there you have it. A little fish. Bloop, 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 bloop. All right, and I'm going to put those links for more animal shapes in the description of this video, and there you have instructions for how to make a bead fish. See you next week. Bye.